What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mad Science Garage. In this episode, we're going to introduce a new drift car, and we're going to go over all the mods, all the costs, and full breakdown on everything. So, stay tuned. Well, there she is, 370Z, beautiful car, needs a lot of cleaning, but let's go over all the mods and kind of where we started, base one of the car. This is our 2010 Nissan 370Z. It's our new drift car. It's somewhat a similar platform as our last car, 350Z, but size-wise, driving characteristics, it is a different car. It has more weight behind it, and you definitely notice it. We'll kind of break down what everything costs, how we got this car all together, and kind of the story behind this car. So, let's get into it. This car started off as a driving car that was T-boned really bad. And we ended up buying the car because we figured maybe we can fix it. We bought this car for $3,000, but we didn't just buy it for $3,000 completely stock. We got it with TN coilovers all around, Z1 external slave cylinder kit, a Z1 clutch kit, and we got it with Z1 front floating rotors, and it was a full driving car. It was a 60,000, 70,000 mile car. We tried to do everything that we could, but it just wasn't savable. So what we ended up doing was finding another shell, and we picked that up for around $1,100, non-roller, and it came with ultimately nothing. We ended up spending another maybe $500-600 because we needed the wire harnesses off of it, the IPDMs, the BCM, the ECU, the full ignition set, just so everything works the way it's supposed to work. Because we went from a 2010 to, I believe, a 2014 chassis, and there was like a big difference in electronics. So we ended up stealing everything off of that other car. So altogether, maybe we spent like $1,600, $1,700 for the new chassis. And we brought it back, both cars, and we just did a huge swap over everything, drivetrain, suspension, you name it, it got swapped over. Only the wiring stayed, and the dashboard and a few other things, little things from the interior stayed from the shell that was clean. And then the modification started. Starting with the interior, we got ourselves a set of these Energy Prismas in this gray color that we really like, along with some 5-point Energy harnesses in a nice neon green to go with the Mad Science Garage vibes. Then we have our GK Tech inline hydro, and that's nicely mounted and just ran inline, nothing special, no dual calipers, although we have the brackets and maybe we'll do a video on that later of going dual caliper, but for now just an inline. It works totally well. We have an old Energy shift knob, just we had laying around, so we thought it'd be perfect for this. We also went with a Energy steering wheel with quick release and the race hub. And Jason blessed us and etched our logo into the horn delete plate. So that looks fantastic. And that's really it. No roll cage, nothing crazy like that on the interior. Very, very stock look. Nothing special. It's just what you need. It's very straightforward. It's a simple recipe for a good drift car. Then we got ourselves a beautiful set, you see front and back, of the Motegi Battles. I don't necessarily know the size. They're definitely 18s, and they're 18 by like 10 or 9. I really don't know. But we got them on some 245, 40, 18. Some of you wheel masters can probably tell us what size this is with the fitment of the tire. But yeah, I assume it's like a 9 or maybe... No, I would say a 9, I think, is the right size for these. Offset, no idea. 370Z offset. And it fits almost like the OEM wheels. No crazy poke or anything like that. Except for the front, and we'll get to why it pokes like that in a second. But yeah, these are just... Love these wheels. They're beautiful wheels. I think they go very well with the car, especially the white. We got the white on the logos. Matches, like, really makes the green pop. It's a beautiful color combo in our opinion. And as you guys probably saw in that little clip, we are running full Wisefab in the front. So we got the knuckles, we got the upper arms, we got the lower arms. We also did the rack relocation on it to correct the tie rod geometry, to get rid of the tie rod offset spacers. We were having issues with that because we broke 2 rack and pinions running the offset spacers. So we ended up chopping up the subframe and installing a rack relocation. Moves it more in line to get rid of those offset adapters. Very nice kit. This has taken almost a rollover, and it's taken some hard beatings. And I'm telling you, the only thing that breaks is the rack and pinion. Well, it was until basically when the rack and pinion broke because it was offset. It gave it like a nice hinging point. So the actual inner shaft that the inner tie rods connect to on the rack and pinion would like just bend. So it would just ruin the racks. I know it's pricey, but I promise you it's so worth the money. This thing is amazing. I mean, look at this angle. That's actually insane. Let's move on to the bash bar. I'll show you guys that right now. Now we got our bash bar. This is just, I don't even know honestly where we got this bash bar. But yeah, I don't know if we got it for free or maybe we paid like 150 bucks or something. I don't remember what the price was for this bash bar, but it was kind of beat. We sprayed it. We've ripped off this bash bar already and then fixed it. So this bash bar has seen some shit. But while we're in the front, let's look at we have a big oil cooler in the front, and it's just regular sandwich plate comes over, and it's a Z1 Performance oil cooler kit. And then we go over, you guys can't see it, but we also have a power steering cooler hiding down here. The exhaust, nothing special. It's just exhaust. It was like some cheap eBay ISR, something along those lines. We just wanted a single exit. It came with a really nice exhaust, and we kind of ruined it like 2 drift events in. So we were like, we need something cheap. We need something single exit. So ISR or whatever it may be, exhaust. We did catless downpipes, white pipe, single, something custom, muffler. Sounds like a VQ or VHR or whatever this is. Sounds like that. So nothing special, but it works. So that's all we got. Now I'm sure you guys are wondering, you guys did all this other stuff. What did you do to the engine? Well, let me show you what this baby's got. Get ready to be surprised. Yeah. You can tell it was installed professionally, the hood. There's nothing done. It's 100% stock. It is it tuned? No, it's not even tuned. No tune, no nothing. It's got Z1 coolant, silicone coolant hoses. That's it. Everything else is stock. Stock airboxes, stock MAF, stock intake, stock plenum, stock throttle bodies, stock headers. Nothing has changed. Oh, excuse me. It's got an aftermarket radiator, but everything else is stock. It doesn't need anything. The build is very. It was built to make sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, nothing done to the engine. It's completely stock. Now, rear end. Let's talk about kind of some of the things that I couldn't really show on camera, but this car does have. We slightly touched on some of it, but just to give you guys like a list, we have Z1 external slave cylinder kit, TN coilovers, Z1 floating front rotor kit. We did add a secondary diff brace, 3.7 or 3.9 welded diff. That's really all that you guys can't see that is there. So yeah, I mean, it's a very straightforward setup, very simple, very, except for the Wise Fab. I would say the Wise Fab is the only thing we like splurged on. Everything else, very simple, very basic, very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Simple seat time car setup. That's what this is. It's a simple seat time car setup. All right, guys. So I got all the prices written down, and we're just gonna go through them. We'll create a list, and we'll get our total. The original car cost us $3,000. The new shell was $1,700, including the wiring harnesses that were included with IPDM, ECU, yada yada. The Wise Fab and rack relocation, whopping $3,500. Then we got bash bar. I don't remember, but I'm gonna say 150, and I couldn't find the exact one, so I can't quote. Full exhaust, looked it up. I believe we got it cheaper, but $800 is what it would cost for like a normal person. The Motegi battle wheels, and I remember actually how we got these. My brother actually won those in a raffle at, I believe, the Flavor Express event. So they were free, but if you were to get these exact ones, $1,288. Energy Prisma seats, $500. The floor mounts together, both sides, roughly $500. Sliders, $80 for the pair. Steering wheel, $170. The race hub, $120. The quick release, $180. Seat belts, $356 for the pair. The GK Tech Hydro with the mount was $253. It comes with a master cylinder, but we changed ours out for a Tilton, another $130. Brake lines and fittings around $40. Secondary diff mount was $100. Diff bushings we replaced, $120. The carbon fiber hood was $50 with a little bit of labor. We did the labor ourselves, but it required labor. Well, everything really required labor. Hood pins, $15. Power steering cooler, $180. Engine oil cooler, I don't remember if this was on the car or we bought it, but regardless, the oil cooler on it with the kit is $370. Aluminum radiator, $390. The donor card did not come with this, so we had to buy it separately. We needed an extra door because ours was damaged. We needed headlights because our friend damaged them. We needed a fender. So headlights were $150, fender was $200. Welded diff was free, labor was free, alignment was free. That gives us a grand total of what everything cost to recreate for a grand total of $14,642. That's not including what the car originally came with, and I have a separate list for that. So right now we're sitting at $14,632. So now we're going to go through the list of the stuff the car came with that we didn't have to buy necessarily. TN coilovers, $800. Z1 floating rotors in the front, $500 for the fronts. Do we have the rears? No, we don't have the rears. Stainless steel brake lines. I believe they were extended for the Wise Fab. Oh, you know what? This stainless steel brake lines, $100. Z1 coolant hoses, $110. The external slave cylinder kit, I guess they don't sell this kit anymore because it's kind of a wonky one. I guess there's like an updated kit. So I can't really find the exact price, but $625 is what I assume roughly it would cost. Z1 clutch that this car has, $650. So, with all the stuff that the car also already came with, and the stuff that we bought for it, grand total, everything, if you were to build this car again and ultimately pay full price on everything, would be $17,427. Now, I know this sounds intimidating, but you don't necessarily need to build every car the way we built this one. And this was all not done like off the rip. You know what I mean? We had the car for a while. We collected some parts for a while. We drove the car for a bit and did some upgrades along the way. So, yes, it is a large sum of money. Not all of it was done at once. And you could also 100% use secondhand parts, whether that be Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or however forums, if you're old like that, forums as well. So there's ways to really bring that price down. A big one obviously is the WiseFab. It wasn't 100% necessary. We love it, love driving on it, but it wasn't 100% necessity. Well, it wouldn't be 100% necessity for somebody else. So that could have easily been a $250, $300, $400 item to do like angle adapters. We had it on our 350 and we drove that thing forever with those and never had an issue. We did decide to go WiseFab on this, but it's not necessary. That cost breakdown kind of dragged out a little bit. I apologize, but yeah, so that's a 370Z. This is our new drift car, and it needs a clutch. So we're gonna do a clutch, and in a week or two, we are going to Willow Springs, Horse Thief Mile, Balcony to rip this thing. So we're gonna swap out the clutch, and then we're gonna go rip it. This is our 370Z. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this kind of like really explained like what things cost on a drift car. So I hope that kind of like explains everything. And don't let it steer you away. 370Z is a great car. But yeah, that's the car. Those are the mods. That's the breakdown, price breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week to swap out the clutch on this thing because it failed on us like completely. We got to get this figured out so we can drift. Horse Thief Mile, Willow Springs, Balcony, all that. It's going to be great. So thank you guys for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys want to do. See you on the next one.